Hello friends, welcome back to another training session on the OSI model. So here we are now going to understand the 7 layers of the OSI model one by one. So with this, I would like to welcome you once again. Hope you are finding this training useful. So without further ado, let's dive into the OSI model. So friends, we are diving into the intriguing world of the OSI model. One thing I have noticed is that many newbies struggle to wrap their heads around the OSI model. It's like they have got the pieces, but the puzzle is not coming together. So, in this video, I'm on a mission to make it crystal clear to you. We are going to break down the 7 layers so that you can confidently use the knowledge in your day to day work. If you are serious about leveling up your skills and gaining some serious clarity, then stick around. We have got a lot to unpack. So, moving to the introduction. So, let's talk about the OSI model, which stands for Open System Interconnection Model. So, this model was a game changer when it was adopted as an international standard by the International Organization for Standardization in 1984. So at that time, network computing was just taking off. The OSI model works by dividing communication into 7 layers. So each packed with various hardware standards, protocols, and services. So each of these layers has its own specific role in handling data that's being transmitted. So this layering system makes it easier to manage and understand the complex process of the data in a network environment. So the open system interconnection model is composed of 7 layers, namely the application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, then the network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. So these are the 7 layers. So these layers are always counted from the bottom to the top. So if you look here, I have given numbering from 1 to 7. So the first layer, when it comes to the counting of the layers, physical layer is the layer 1 and the application layer is the 7th layer. Even if it looks at the top, it is the 7th layer in the OSI model. And you can see the layers are counted bottom up. So the top 3 layers are referred to as the upper layers or software layers, and the bottom 3 layers are known as the lower layers or hardware layers. And the transport layer, positioned in the middle of the OSI model, is often considered the heart of the entire system, as it facilitates the reliable and efficient transfer of data between different devices or nodes. So it plays a crucial role in ensuring that the data is transmitted accurately and efficiently and functioning as a bridge between the upper and lower layers of the OSI model. So these layers are provided by a mixture of network card drivers, operating systems, then the applications and networking hardware that facilitates the transmission of signals over Ethernet, fiber optic, or Wi-Fi or other wireless protocols. So as you can see on the screen, these are the devices which understand the network communication. And when it comes to understanding the network communication, we are talking about the different layers within this model. So there are some devices which only understand the bits or signals. There are some devices which understand the MAC address, example the switch. There are some devices which understand MAC as well as the IP, which is the router, right? There are some devices, example your Mozilla Firefox or Chrome browser, that is the layer which provides interface to the user to interact with the remote website. So this layer understands all these layers. But when it comes to the layers, each layer has a specific but different processing function. So moving next, how to memorize. So to remember OSI model, uh, you can use the following phrase: all programmers should take new development projects, where each first letter corresponds to the name of the OSI layers in order. So application, so the first letter A corresponds to application layer. Programmers, the first letter P corresponds to presentation, and so on. Now, this is how you can memorize these layers. So all programmers should take new development project. So this is how I remember. There are some people who memorize this like, please do not throw sausage pizza away. So they are now memorizing this from bottom up, wherein again it is the same thing that you are trying to memorize. So friends, remember these phrases so it becomes easier for you to memorize the layers in sequence. So sequence is very important. So with this, you understood how to memorize the layers as well. So I hope you are finding this training useful. I've tried, if you look at this the slides and the demonstrations using Wireshark that you are going to see in the upcoming lectures, you will feel like you are able to grasp everything. I have structured this particular training in such a way that it becomes easier for you to understand, because unless and until you feel it easy, you'll not be able to gain confidence, and confidence is everything. So friends, my beginner courses will give you that confidence so that you can confidently get into the desktop administration, system administration, network administration, or finally the security domain in which I am currently working. So friends, uh, be very careful while going through my slides, because I have tried capturing all the possible details. So all the information that I have collated from different sources has been structured in such a way that you understand it correctly. So with this, let's move on to the first layer in the OSI model, which is application layer. So application layer is responsible for providing networking services to the user. So it is also known as the desktop layer, and identification of services is done using port numbers. So the application layer is the topmost layer of the OSI model and is responsible for providing networking services to user applications. So consider Mozilla Firefox or Chrome browser. So these are the applications that we usually interact with. So these are not these are not the application layer. These are applications. But what these applications do is that they leverage the application layer functionality, where we talk about different networking services. Example, accessing a website is a network service. So you are accessing a website using HTTP, right? So HTTP is the protocol, or HTTPS. Again, HTTPS is the protocol. So these are the protocols, and when you talk about the protocols, each protocol has a service associated with it. So we will understand these concepts in detail as you continue to do my other courses. So for now, you need to understand that this layer is responsible for providing networking services to the user. So example, accessing a website using a Chrome browser, or it could be accessing your email using your email client like Outlook, or example, you are part of some web conferencing meeting, right? You are using Microsoft Teams. Most of the people use Microsoft Teams in the corporate environments. It could be Google Teams, Google Meet. So many tools are there. So these tools leverage the application layer functionality and make sure they are able to send and receive data from those applications. So ports, when we talk about, so total ports, if you ask, there are 65535 ports. So 0 2 6 5 5 3 5 ports. Example, port 80 is one standard port. Port 443, this is HTTPS port. So likewise, there are total 0 to 65535 ports. There are reserved ports which are 0 to 1023. These are nothing but the standard ports used by the well-known applications. And there are open ports from 1024 to 65535. So the main function of the application layer is to provide access to network resources. The application layer enables users access to various networking services such as file transfer, email, web browsing by utilizing different protocols like HTTP, FTP, SMTP, and DNS. So let's understand this from the applications standpoint. So this is the layer that most users interact with and will recognize, right? So example, I have shown one user accessing a website using HTTP protocol. So the application layer provides network services to the end user. So these services are protocols that work with the data the client is using. So one of these protocols may be HTTP that is used to browse the websites. So it could be the Google Chrome, Firefox, or the Microsoft Edge browser, and other examples of the applications uh, use that use this layer are Office, Outlook, and Microsoft Teams. So all those interactive applications provide a set of services that allow the application layer to supply data to and receive data from the presentation layer. So the next layer, as you can see, is the presentation layer. So this layer facilitates that communication, and how that does is by attaching a port number to the payload. So here some of the important port numbers to talk about. So domain name system, it uses port 53. Hypertext transfer protocol, it uses port 80. So when it comes to HTTPS, it uses port 443. And then coming to the file transfer, it is port 20 or port 21. So this is used to transfer files from the client to the server, or from one computer to other computer, where one is the FTP client and the other one is the FTP server. So these are some of the ports that you should be aware of. Please pause on this slide, take a screenshot or prepare notes so that you remember them in future. So this is how it happens. Suppose I have opened my browser, entered the URL of my website, dhananjay.com. I am now sending the HTTP request by entering the URL. The request from my computer will be sent to the web server. Now the web server receives that request. As it was HTTPS, it has listed the request on the port number 443. Now it replies back on the same port number, and my computer received the response. So that's how finally it opens the website. So friends, I have tried capturing the flow in such a way that you get to understand the data transfer happening specific to that particular layer. So like this, the application layer interacts. So what happened is, now consider again FTP. If we have to talk about FTP again, instead of HTTP, I'm using FTP. My computer sends the request. Request is sent to the web server. The server listens the request on the port 21. Now the response is received back, and now instead of the HTML page, I'll be able to see the actual data within my website. So the back end of the website and the folders from where the website is actually visible to the public. Now if we want to talk about the activities and the attack vectors, so activity you have already understood, user interface. So when we talk about the activities, this layer provides the user interface, and software applications work at this particular layer. Example, web browsing, email communication, or file transfer. Protocols like HTTP, SMTP, and FTP are used at this particular layer. So now coming to the attack vectors, right? Now consider you are a user accessing internet using your browser. there could be a chance where you by mistake click some suspicious URL, and that may connect you to some suspicious website to download some malware. So that's where we are talking about the attack vectors at this particular layer. So there could be a malware injection that may happen to your computer. It could be a phishing attack. So let me show you an email example, which is a phishing email. These kind of emails are floating around the globe. Hackers are continuously trying to steal sensitive information from users. So they try to create some kind of urgency by sending you an email and then creating some kind of emergency to immediately act. So if you see here on the other screen of my computer, there is an email. So this is a test email that I have sent to myself. As you can see, this email was sent by me again to my own account. So we regret to inform you that there has been suspicious activity detected on my computer. Our security system has flagged several unauthorized login attempts from unfamiliar locations. So if you read this, it will immediately grab your attention. You'll be much worried when you look at this. And instead of investigating this email, whether this has come from a trusted source or not, users what they usually do is they immediately click on the links like this. So if you happen to click on this link, it will try to download something suspicious, example some malware, or it may try to grab your credentials. So friends, if you look at this, the site has been reported as unsafe, hosted by some organization. Microsoft recommends you don't continue to this site. It has been reported to Microsoft for containing harmful programs that may try to steal personal or financial information. So this is actually a safe website URL that I have used for this demonstration, but it could be a real harmful website that may download some malware, and hackers may get access to your computer from any part of the globe. So friends, how you can quickly identify this is by just putting your pointer on that link. And now you can see the actual link to which this particular link is pointing to. So that's how you can safeguard yourself from such phishing attacks. So moving back to our topic. So malware injection, phishing attack, or it could be application level DDoS attack are some of the attacks which may happen at this particular layer. So I have discussed these topics at length in my cybersecurity courses. So once you go through all my courses, let me quickly show you my website. So friends, this is my website. Here, if you could see, these are the essential courses I have created. One is the OSI model that we are currently on. After you complete OSI model, you can take IP addressing. Then you can take the physical network connectivity course, and then subsequently Windows, Linux, at system administration courses I have created, and along with storage management. And the World Wide Web course, it talks about the internet. And with this course, you can even start your web hosting company. So trust me, I have covered the topics at such a length that you can even start a business after you complete my World Wide Web course. So this course is currently under development, but this will be launched very soon. So please go through my site. I talk a lot about cybersecurity aspects. Being a cybersecurity consultant, my current area of focus is cybersecurity, as there is a lot of potential in this particular domain, and lots of students or people are getting job opportunities in this particular area. So if you are interested in cybersecurity, you can join my cybersecurity courses to achieve success. So I would request you to go through my website dhananjay.com, go through the initial introductory videos that I have created, and then continue to other courses. So friends, now this is the attack example that we have already discussed. So what happens is the link points you to some fake URL, which could be a potential risk. So as you can see, potentially unwanted uh, executable file that is trying to get executed on your computer. So networking services and protocols, if we discuss, so HTTP uses port 80, FTP uses port 21, SMTP uses port 25, Telnet uses the port 23. So if you want to see that in action, if you open a website, it will open the website on port 443. So this is HTTPS site. Same way, if you access FTP, just a recap, friends. So it will open the data in the FTP format. Going to your email, if you access your mail account, it will show you your email. This happens on port number 25. If you telnet, if you want to test connectivity of some router or access some router, you can use telnet command and you can see the login prompt and the password, and this happens on the port number 23. So these are some of the secure and insecure ports that I have captured. I would request you to go through these ports. Remember, the ports mentioned on the left side, these are the insecure ports. If you happen to use these ports in any of your applications, web services or servers, please try to replace them by securing the connectivity. So instead of using 21, you can use 22. Instead of using telnet on 23, you can use SSH, which is 22. Now, telnet SMTP used to be a protocol or port used to send email. Now, if you encrypt that protocol using SSL, it becomes SMTPS. So instead of using port 25, you can use a port called 587. So like this, please take a screenshot, or I would suggest you to take a printout, keep it with you and try to memorize the secure and insecure ports. So when we talk about the data flow, the application layer actually attaches the port number to the data before it submits that data to the next layer. So data at the application layer is attached with the port number and then it is submitted to the next layer. So friends, in the upcoming session, we are going to talk about Wireshark. So we'll delve into the application layer in more depth with the help of the network or packet analyzer, which is a well-known tool used by network administrators, cybersecurity professionals, or application developers. So let's dive in and see how you can understand the functionality of the application layer using the Wireshark tool. So with this, we come to the end of this session. Thank you.